All right, this literally came in exactly a month before I was told it would. Ooh. Comes with the same new controller we saw on the last new MJX. Not much info on the box, just some pictures. Wow. Oh my goodness. Haven't had a sticky one like that in a while. This looks, so far, absolutely incredible. Bright, vibrant colors, smooth drivetrain. Comes with street tires on the car and rally tires in a bag. There's some doodly bros inside the cockpit. There are windows so you can't give them a high five. This looks exactly like the 1/14th scale. Just much more Just much more awesome. Yeah, see? There's the little one. I did some weird things to it. Well, we've got our tethered body clips, roof scoop, wing, operational tail lights and headlights. Underneath, we've got a metal chassis. Ooh, that's just a big old stick of metal beef right there. That's a solid, thick chassis. The body locks in place here. We'll look at that a little closer in a minute. Diffuser, we got foam on the front bumper. Good bit of suspension travel. It doesn't look like body rub is gonna be an issue on this. At least not under normal circumstances. We only do normal circumstances here. That feels good for a rally car. It feels... What are you doing? This is not your rally car. I bet she's gonna lean back on acceleration and rake forward during brakes. Stoked to see that. Body feels pretty thick. Let's get on underneath here. Wow, the cabin assembly is pretty much the entire car almost, except for the hood. This one's loose, but all the wires are taped in place. The light assemblies are rather thick and protected looking. Here's our side skirt locks. They lock in there. Flexible, non-brittle body posts. XT60 connectors. These tires do have a good feel to them. They're sticky and rubbery, but they're also pretty solid at the same time. Sway bar rear, sway bar front. Oh. And we've got droop screws, super thick hinge pins, metal hinge pin brackets in all 4 spots, upper adjustable camber links, adjustable tie rods, metal steering rack, metal bodied shocks with adjustable preload, adjustable gyro mounted on top of the receiver box. So it does look like at least an attempt was made to make it waterproof. Whole lots of bracing. We've got this upper tower to tower brace, and then 2 center triangulating braces that mount directly to the chassis itself. Here and here. Center differential inside. Yeah, and that feels tight too, meaning they probably already have thick fluid in it. Front diff feels like thick fluid as well. Rear diff actually feels like it has fluid in it, but it's nowhere near as thick. I've been seeing this more lately where differentials are finally starting to come tuned out of the box. I understand manufacturers maybe not putting fluid in it so that you can tune it yourself, but at least tune it to your general driver. You know, seems like they've done that here. So this will accommodate big ol' 6200 milliamp hour 4S battery, and then you can still make the box bigger to accommodate your even larger size batteries. So this car is designed to take 3S and 4S. It has a sensored motor that should help with low end smoothness. A standard size steering servo, so plenty of upgrade options if you decide to do that. 120 amp ESC, and there is an app for that. I've showed it before in other videos, but you can set all your ESC parameters right there from your phone. Motor punch, braking force, all that stuff. And that motor's carrying a heatsink and 2 fans. ESC has a fan as well. Metal shock towers. There's that thick squishy foam up front. The lower control arms fully capture the knuckles with a long bolt and a nut, front and in the rear. Same with the camber links on the knuckle side, and then mounted directly to those metal towers. Power switch button should be easy to reach right there on the side. There is a spring-powered servo saver in here. Now it doesn't look directly adjustable. However, if we decide it needs to be adjusted, looks like you can stack a bunch of washers underneath the spring and solve that problem yourself. And like typical MJX, we've got thick axles, thick center shafts, and a whole load of awesomeness about to get dumped in your milkshake. We're gonna do some hard surfaces first, and then we'll swap over the rally tires and do that after. And of course it looks even better with those rally tires on it. You know what? Compared to pretty much all other MJXs, that's a pretty good steering angle. We do have turny lights. You can have the lights off, turn them on, make them flash. No turn signals if you turn the lights off. Now there's fun to be had with all sizes of RCs, but there's just something about these 1/7 scales. I've actually got another video with this in it coming up soon. So subscribe. I don't want you to miss that. Truth be told, I want you here. I spend a lot of time on my videos because I want you to come back for the next one, even if you're not interested in the car. So while you're watching me tear this thing through the grass and the gravel and the dirt and the concrete and everywhere else I find, consider hitting that button. Thank you. Oh, yes. Look at it do that leg lift. 3S battery first. That's impressive. Yeah. See how fast she is? Definitely not super speedy, especially 3S. 27 miles an hour. Check out the sweet rally ramp. Yes! Perfect. Yep, we're gonna jump some stuff. Ah. I left the gyro setting alone. It's wherever it came at. I guess it's time for 4S. I'm gonna try to hit a full speed one here. Yeah! Oh gosh! We missed. Holy crap! She grabs traction and corrects quickly. Oh man, that was terrible. Why'd it do that? Kind of had a little surprise gust of wind there. 37. So yeah, I mean, that's a little slower than you'd typically want on something this big, but a lot of us already know this only comes with a 12 or a 13 tooth pinion, and you can speed it up with a 15 tooth. But that smaller pinion is gonna give us more low end torque, which is gonna be awesome for off-road. Oops, oops, oops. I did put the rally tires on, by the way, off-roads. Ooh, water. Ew. Ah, poor rim. Oh, gross, water again. Hey, we've got reverse lights. Sprayed mud in my shoe. Oh, that's gonna, oh my gosh. Oh. Whoa! Yep, that's a lot of gunk. Power button, where you at? Oh my gosh, it's completely covered. Well, maybe some dirt will help clean this up. Oopsies. Drift over the sidewalk was awesome. Wow, this is awesome. Is it just me, or is that suspension sitting a whole lot lower? Yep, that would explain it. That's a lot of weight. Really sticky dirt, mud. She's gonna get a rinse. This is so heavy. Look, suspension doesn't come back up anymore. This thing is dragging the ground almost. Not quite, but almost. And I'm pretty sure nothing's broken. I'm gonna go rinse it off, and then we'll see if the suspension stands back up on its own. And it's all foggy on the interior, so I'm gonna probably rinse that out too and let it dry. All right, nice and moist, but clean. That was all CNHL batteries, by the way. So when it comes to a car that does a lot of sliding around, especially on concrete, one of the biggest concerns is always tire wear. However, these aren't that bad yet. And even more impressive, they're relatively evenly worn between front and rear. I don't even know which ones were which. Now, there's not very many miles on these yet, so they most likely would wear out after a few packs. Just like any typical slidey car. Now, put the body on and see if the suspension is sitting back up like it's supposed to. Sometimes when I try to put the body on, these latches end up going here instead of here, and you have to fiddle with it a little bit. Not as strong as before, but definitely more than it was earlier. It looks a little bit better now, actually. That's not very abnormal. They've just broken in a little bit. They still have full range of motion. It's all smooth. So yeah, nothing's broken. There's no missing spring seats or anything. Everything's there. It definitely didn't seem to be able to turn as far as it does on the bench here like that. Now I'm just cutting in here real quick because I noticed that the gyro comes set on 100%, and that's the reason it has such a wide turning circle. So here it is on 25%. Which is a little bit better. And here it is with the gyro turned all the way down. Much tighter radius than before. I rinsed the body out really well, but I did not remove the cabin. Condensation on the inside. I'm curious if that'll go away on its own. And it is now tomorrow, and most of it's gone, but I imagine it's still gonna condensate on me. I'd say occasionally you're gonna wanna remove this and clean it out. Just a little bit of damage to the body right here, and the front valance. I'm calling that pretty reasonable, but it seems like that could be a weak point on the body. You can see it's scraped a whole lot, which is likely what caused that to happen. So you might be able to lessen that problem by tightening up the front shocks a bit. There's the beautifully scarred chassis. Certainly nothing excessive. There it is next to the Relarlo rally car, which is an excellent 10th scale. Now we've got an excellent 1/7 scale. Plus, this one has an actual licensed body. See? Says it right there. Yup, I had a blast. It'd be nice if they added some fender flares, but this will give you quite the awesome experience with almost any terrain. Hey, Did you know I made my own 1/10 scale MJX monster drift truck? It was pretty much as awesome as I could have hoped for. I think you'll find satisfaction in one of these videos.